Hey everybody, it's Steve with SKY194, and I appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. And I haven't done one in a while. Just life has gotten kind of in the way. Apologize for that. Adding to my setup series for the Audi, and of course the next one that was on his list. I missed a couple, but I think there's one or two that I had already in the file already anyway. But I don't have one for Oulton Park. So we're going to go over the setup, and we're going to do a lap, and I'm going to try to just give you some quick tips. Again, this place is very challenging, very, very bumpy. I would say probably the bumpiest track in ACC. And one wrong move, and you can really upset the car. And so it's just got a lot of, I call them landmines type thing, or just one wrong move and it pretty much knocks you right off the track. So let's go over a lap, and we'll give you some hints to see if we can do the best you can with it. And I'll show you where I go off of as far as braking markers and things like that. Now coming up here to turn one, you see how the line here goes faded right here. You see right past here where it's kind of faded out. The line is from here. That's where my brake marker is. But you see right when it starts to go, right when you're passing going into this faded line here, that's where my brake marker is. So again, that's where I would try to judge it and find a good spot on there as far as coming right up to it or right past it. Again, it's right where that. See right there, right when I went past it, I hit the brakes. And you wanted to try to do a late apex here, because again, it's pretty narrow. When you come through here, if you get off of this curb and get on the grass little, you can wreck. It'll jump the car all over the place. So again, you gotta be very careful. But also on the flip side of that, if you run wide, so if you turn in early, you're gonna run wide. And then you run into this over here. And again, it's pretty bumpy over here too on this grading. You see how this is like a grading right here? You can get kind of bumpy, but not just that, but you get a track out. So again, you got to be careful of that. It's a fine line right through here. Again, I would not call that a passing zone. I'll tell you the two best places in just my opinion that are best for passing here at Oulton Park, which is the premium, because this place is so tough to pass at. So again, we're going to come down here, and again, basically, I just use the curbing or the sign. The sign might be gone, or you can use this curbing and basically get on the brakes before that. Now, you can see the lines over here. I stay to the inside because it's so bumpy over here. It really gets really bumpy. And basically, I just try to hold the inside because it's a little smoother. Plus, you can be defensive about it. And it seems like if you get out here, it'll just take you right out here. You go out in the sandbox out here, whatever. It's just really hard if you try to get way wide and come in. So I try to do the other way. Again, hold the curb. And again, you got to really let's turn on the HUD here. I try to get on the gas as early as I can. You can see I'm already full throttle right here. Again, just hitting the apex, and you want to get on it since this is a really good straightaway, one of the few. You really want to get on it early as you can to get the drive down the straightaway. You can run it way out. You could even go farther than that. You could have this tire over here on the white line, so you can be even a little farther. You can run it pretty good there, not get a track out. Come up here. Again, basically right where you come up to the end of this drive, or these markers here, they might be gone, so you can just go to the end of this drive. And I basically hit the brakes and then downshift to fourth. Again, I just tap the brakes to settle the car. It's not like I smash them. You can just tell that over there was just a little bit of it, just to settle the car. You can get right back on the gas, power all the way through, and then basically halfway between this red marker and the one back here, about halfway in between. You can run it a little bit deeper if you're lighter on fuel, or the track might have a little bit more grip. Again, kind of go off to your left to get back in this track over here on this side. You can see I'm kind of heading that way because this is all, you don't really want to be down here. It's all got the loose stuff. You prefer to be out here to get a good run through here. I could have been out wider. I didn't go out as wide as I should have. Now, basically here, you can do this a lot of different ways. You can just hug it all the way around, or sometimes it's okay to run in here a little deep and do a double apex and let it swing up and come back down. I've done both ways, and time-wise, it's just as good either way, to be honest. Sometimes if you really carry the speed and do a double apex and go through there, I actually think it's a little bit faster because you carry the momentum all the way through and all the way down to the next chicane. So again, it's just judging it to get through the speed through here to keep your momentum to do like a double apex. Either way is good, but you gotta be careful because again here, I try again, I'm already full throttle, but you gotta watch it because it'll run out in this grass, and then once you get in the grass, it'll just suck you out off the track and into the grass. So again, just be careful of that. Again, you know, a lot of times I'll run it right out here on the curbing out here using every bit of track. Now, this is really critical here. This next part is critical because this is one of the better passing zones coming up here. So again, another critical spot. Back there you can need to pass also, but it's a little bit harder because as the car is to the right and you go left, it's kind of hard to dive in somebody and you make contact. So it's really not the best unless somebody's really off there and mess up that turn. It's really not the best passing zone. So I'll show you one up here. But it's critical to get this chicane right, because if you don't get the chicane right, you don't carry enough momentum down the straightaway. So this is a very critical corner and a very difficult corner. Okay, so it takes a little bit practice to get through here. So if you look, I use this right up here for my brake marker, right there. See this little grating right here? You can see it right there on the other side of this mirror. This grating right here is my brake marker. And so you know it can't go anywhere. So it's always going to be there. Okay, so you're going to hit the brakes. And what I do is I go down to second gear, get on the brakes, but then I get off the brakes as soon as I go over this curbing, not to upset the car. Because if you're just smashing the brakes all the way over this, you're a good chance you're going to get the car into a tank slapper, upset the car, and it will just, you can't get around here right. So basically you'll see here, I'm still on the brakes. I'm down to second. Now you see I got off. See how there's no brake. I'm not on the brake there. So I got off the brakes completely, and I'm still in second, going over the curb. And as I come off the curb, I'm going to downshift into first to cut this corner here. And you kind of want to late apex it. So that's why I'm trying to go over the curb, just stay to the left, and then cut back to the right without going in there's like a crater right here. So you don't want to cut it where the pole is. You want to just hit the grating here, so you don't upset the car. Otherwise, it'll kill your drive because then you go in like a big divot. So you're going to cut across this curb in second, off the brake, and then come down. See, now I'm back on the brake again. And then you'll see I go down to first, and see how I cut right across this right here. If you go over where the pole is and hit the pole, you're going to upset the car. You're going to bounce the car, and I don't think you'll wreck it, but you just kill your drive, and you won't carry the momentum up here because the car will be bouncing around and stuff. So again, you're going to get right back on the gas. You see, I'm already I'm going on full throttle already, and that's what you want. As soon as you're going over this curbing here, you want to be right back on the gas, full throttle, right away, and then run over this grating. Right, you can just run wide, run right over the grating, just like that, and just keep going. And then this is a great passing zone here because it's straight. A heavy braking area down here. It's pretty wide, one of the widest parts of the track. And if somebody doesn't get that right, you'll have the momentum going through here. So you can try to, they could get defensive, but again, you could also run them on the outside too, and somebody's going to have to give going in through here. And you'll have, once you get past the first right-hander, you'll have the inside for the next left. But I mean, there'll probably be some bumping, but if you can really get the momentum and he messes up, I would dive right here to on this inside. So you'll have the inside going in there. So again, it's just a good one of the spots. Not the greatest, but again, you got to take what you can get here, Oulton Park. Come all the way down here, and then right here at the number one, just inside the number one. It's really inside. You got, if this is gone, look for this brown spot. See this? There's a couple brown spots. There's one up there, one here. This first brown spot right here. If this is gone, that's what I would look for. So basically just before that, and you're going to go down to second. Now you can go to first if you're really heavy braking and you're overtaking somebody. Let's say you're on the inside here and you're trying to, you don't have the line because you're on the inside. You got the inside line, but you don't have the outside. you might want to go in a little deeper and go way down to first, help, you know, outbrake the guy, and then go in there. It'll kill your momentum, obviously, but you're just trying to get in position to basically like a block pass. But basically, I usually stay in second. Again, you can touch the curb. It's not going to kill you, but, you know, it looks a little bit. Again, curb to curb. Again, run it all the way out. Again, all the way out. And now you can see here, you see that little divot? And again, in the car, I don't know if in the car you can, you see it right there? You can see that little divot right there in the track. And that's what you're going to aim for. You're going to aim right, like right past the divot right there. So you're going to go right past that divot and then go right. And you're still in second. So see, you go right past the divot. I could have gone a little bit farther back, you know, farther towards the end of the track, but basically, you know, you get the idea. And then again, this is another area where if you go on the inside of here, either of these two can wreck you. These two curbs are very narrow as far as the line through here. If you go over this curb, again, you're going to have a big divot, and it's going to really upset the car really bad. And this curbing on this other side is extremely rough. I would stay off of it. If you get on it, it's really going to kill your momentum. It's extremely rough curbing. So I would get on this curbing. That's okay, but don't get off of it, and stay away from the other. If you barely touch it, that's okay, but don't get on it real hard. As you can see, I mean, I got on a little bit, but that's no big deal. You don't want to get over here where the grading is and all that other stuff. And again, you're wide open all the way through here. And then here, basically I use this sign right here to get on the brakes. And basically, or you can just basically have to pick a spot on the wall over here if the sign's gone. Sometimes this is gone, so you'll have to pick a spot over here on the wall or a tree. You know, take your choice, because some people go off in the grass and knock these out. But basically, you're going to go to the left, and what you're going to do is you're going to turn in early. You're not going to late apex this. You're going to turn in early to this first curbing. And what that's going to do is you're going to go in there really early, but then it's going to run you wide, and then you're going to come back. So again, it's like a double apex thing. You're going to go down to third gear, and see that you can almost right on the curbing, and see it kind of runs you out a little bit, and I could carry a little bit momentum through there. So again, it's going to carry you out a little bit, and then you're going to come back across this curbing again. And again, I ran it a little hard on the curbing. And then here, you can run all over this. This curbing is okay. You can get on it, and basically, even if you're on the grading a little bit, it's no big deal. Just stay off the grass and just carry this through. Again, this is far from a perfect lap, but it is a really good lap, and I improved my personal best for the Audi by a good amount. So, and come down here, and then right at this sign, you go down to second. And then here, again, there's a little divot. You see it right there, right past this pole here. There's a real divot. So if you hug this really close and tight, you could hit that divot, and it kind of upsets the car coming off the corner. So you got to be aware of that. You want to be tight, but not, you know, real tight, almost to the grass. And so you can see it's right there. It's right to the inside of the car right here. So again, you want to do that and get on the gas. You can see I'm already full throttle. And you can run it out a little bit wide, no big deal. And again, that was I had a race fuel load on there, so it wasn't like a low, and that was a 134.5. I mean, again, a good time for me. Obviously not an alien type time, but the car felt really good. I was really consistent with it. I was all around within a couple tenths. And really happy with how the car felt. It felt very raceable, very, not like it's going to kill you. So again, I'm really happy with that. Let's go over to setup. And again, I mainly do this for a lot of the, so you can see what I have, but also the console users, so they can pause the video and put it in manually, because obviously that's the only way you can do it on a console. But you can see I got 25 on the left, 25.4 on the right. Temperature is 23 degrees. So, it's not like it's like really cold or anything. Toes -3, camber's maxed at -4, and caster, the camber's -4, and the caster is maxed out at 16.8. Toe on the rear is 0, and the camber is maxed out at 3.5, -3.5. So again, all happy with those. Electronics are 3 and 1 and 0. Again, you know, if you have a little problems with the car rotating, you can go up to 4. That's not a problem. That'll slow it down a little bit, or you can even TC2 up 1. That'll slow it down a little bit. So again, not a big thing there. You might go down to, I did not try 2. That might be even a little faster, but maybe for a quali or something. But this was a really good, solid, it felt really good everywhere. Of course, 55 liters, number 1 brake pad. You got 4 on the anti-roll bar. Brake bias is brake power 100. Brake bias is 61, but you can go down to 60, maybe even 59, but that's not a problem. You know, as far as for corner entry, steering's all the way down. Springs on the front are 132,000 with a 500 bump stop rate and a 5 bump stop range. And on the rear, the springs are 144,000 with a bump stop rate of 700 and a bump stop range of 30. The anti-roll bar is 1 and the preload is 70. Again, that helped too. I ran some different preloads, and it seemed like it really liked it when I got a little bit lower. I ran a little bit higher, but with these quick corners, changing directions, it was not, you know, it just didn't go with the car that good, so I had to change that. Rebound and fast rebound are all maxed on the shocks. And aero all the way down on the front, 54, 60 on the ride height, max wing with a 4 and the 4, and the brake ducts and the front aero variation is a negative 2.9. So again, I hope you enjoy it. The car, you know, again with the Audi, I know it doesn't get a lot of love, so I really like the Evo 2. It really, without a question, it's my favorite Audi, and I just really think it drives really well, and of course has a great sound. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you can get some personal best with it. And again, I'll leave my Discord link also on in the description, along with the link for all my setups for the Audi will be in the description also. And again, all my stuff's free, just for you to try, and hopefully it helps you improve and helps you enjoy sim racing more than you do. And that's what I try to do. And again, I hope you give me a like and subscribe, and I hope you come back again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.